Ivory, or you can't cook the rabbit today if you're going to shoot it tomorrow, or very modern business ideas. An uncertain business. There were a group of monkeys in the middle of Africa who thought they were particularly special. On a Wednesday afternoon, they met with a herd of elephants. They presented them with a very clever business idea. Okay, attention everyone, says one of the great masters to the pachyderms. We are very well connected with the Ivory Collectors Society. Needless to say, they work undercover. Let me tell you, people are highly interested in this material because they can carve things like giraffes out of it. We imagined it going down in the following way. Okay, so you give us the ivory because you don't have any use for it. We in exchange get bananas, oranges and peanuts as payment. With 10 quintals of ivory, we would be able to stock up until autumn. Okay, sounds like a plan. Objects the chairman of the elephant board as his face changes. We need to think that through again. I need to call in a council meeting. What if the teeth can't be removed as easily as you expect? Don't worry, the monkey reassures. You can do it. So it's a deal. We will see each other tomorrow afternoon and finalize the deal. I will also bring a notarized contract, I promise. Full of euphoria over the upcoming victory, the monkeys meet with the trade delegation that knows all the rules regarding strictly prohibited items and knows the surveillance loopholes that need to be navigated to smuggle the items from Asia to America. You can trust and believe me, says the monkey's negotiation expert. The easy folks will deliver only the best of goods, at least 30 pieces. In return, we will get 20 boxes of bananas, oranges and peanuts. You can bring this up with no issues, right? Okay, says the big boss. This is enough for 3,000 packages of sex enhancers and 3,000 piano keys. I will send an email to my agent in Mogadishu right away. You should know that the most important thing about business is business. And the main goal of business is to promptly get it over the money wise, right? Absolutely no problem, says the monkey boss. So if you agree, then the deal is finalized. And as they sealed it, he asked the monkeys where we will find all of our goods at the end. Good Lord, the monkey responds, you will be able to find it. They will be there just as we agreed on. You can't miss them. But it is not all that easy. The elephants pondered about it back and forth and couldn't agree on anything. Every family went on their own path and no one ever met up with the monkeys. They simply forgot about the whole ordeal. Elephants have a special skill. They remove everything from their memory which isn't worth remembering. The failed business trade. Consequently, they hadn't anticipated what kind of turbulence the failed trade had caused on the world market. A lot of people dealing with bonds, stocks, and other major investments jumped on the bandwagon. Nowadays, you must be in first place in order to earn a significant profit. The early bird catches the biggest worm. This was a great opportunity for the great advocates that made a fortune of the lawsuits that were created, except the elephants, who were interrogated intensively. A lot of other experts were involved as usual when it comes to the global market. The consequences affiliated with this case increased. The list involves the following companies: a wholesale agency, an A2, African Trade Office, an ITC, Interspecies Trade Commission, the African Secret Service, the UNICEF, the WWF, Federal Court of Justice, the TU, Trader Union, many stock funds. Many assessments have been prepared, counter-assessments made, regulations have been issued, subpoenas sent out, court orders issued and immediately revoked, objections both approved and rejected. One of the men delivering the certificates, these are the men that want to turn the illegal trade into a legal one, pushed himself to the foreground until he himself was labeled as suspect, namely by a notorious investigative journalist. He later retracted his claims, but quickly published 2 books with the titles How I Put My Ducks in a Row with the Help of Globalization, and another book, I Am Obviously Lying to You. The whole ordeal is a double-edged sword. On one side, the monkeys and a lot of random people were heavily affected. That is the consequence when one blindly follows superficial optimism that only focuses on selfish gains, short-term profit, exploitation and narrow-mindedness. On the other side, there are always people that get very rich from the damage caused by the victims. The hidden business. So far so bad. The monkeys had to search for their own food. Instead of ivory, the Asians took certain powders made from grated toenails, fingernails or the toes of the rhino. Or so far so good. At last for the elephants, who were allowed to keep their ivory for now. Unfortunately, the following year, the poachers came without the help of the monkeys. They came with their guns and attacked the elephants. They killed many of them and stole their ivory. One must know, on one hand, they say, a little bit here and there. And on the other hand, most of the people on the planet act like the world is a self-service shop without regard for tomorrow and without seeing the importance of biodiversity. Elephants only account for 6% of the illegal traded products worldwide. A total of 4,000 different protected plants and animals that are threatened with extinction are traded illegally worldwide, according to the documentation in the Welt from the 16th of May 2024. The question is, how much longer Mother Nature can keep up with people with such an attitude?